in the sun. So hopefully,
If you want us to move in the sun, we will. But for right now, we're going to try to milk it and stay in the shade for a little bit.
jump right into
Yeah,
it.
I've been chatting already. We got Loka in the room and
Nice.
Donna. RVDM just joined us.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Getting in an RV as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. I think
And-
that's Mary getting in an
and
RV.
we, Loka had some exciting news.
Oh.
They're getting their RV. They'll know for sure by Monday.
Awesome.
So they said they're looking at a 2019 Ford Motor Coach Quantum RW28.
Very cool. Very
Yes.
cool. That sounds awesome.
And I know since they have their channel that we'll be able to check it out on there.
So,
Yay, here we are.
Carrie's drinking a barefoot sweet what?
I don't know. They said hit Russ.
Oh, okay. I thought I said something bad.
Loka said hit Russ.
Carrie's
So-
drinking a barefoot sweet red blend, and I have
Yes.
my Kona Brewing Company Longboard. This is my favorite beer ever.
So cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
As I probably get a little bit of the red wine on the side of my mouth.
That's all right.
I'll have a little Joker smile.
I'm not used to feeling stuff on my mustache. Every time I drink now, and I'm doing this a lot. It's like a habit.
He's been struggling with that beard, but he's committed. He's going to give it, what, 2 more weeks?
Yeah, yeah,
And then if he doesn't like where it's at, then it'll disappear.
yeah. So,
And Getting an RV said, Mary, yes, Russ, you are correct.
I thought so.
Mom's here. Hi,
Hey, Mom. I'm going to give you a call later tonight.
Oh, and then Two Doves joined us. Hey, guys. You're so far away.
Hi, guys.
So for those of you who don't know, we got a call the other day. They were still in Vegas area, and they said, we need to get out of the city. Would you guys mind company? So we said, yeah, sure, come on out. So they're parked right over there. Let's see. Kona Longboard is my favorite too, RVDM.
Oh, man. Right there, man. Cheers. I wasn't going to I have some beer here, but I went to get some wine for Carrie, and I saw they had Kona Longboard. I said, are you kidding me? I can't walk by it. If I don't have it in the fridge and it's there, I've got to get it, whether I'm shopping
And I'm
for it or
trying to
not.
think when the first time you tried that, we were in San Diego, I think. It was just by chance because they didn't have your normal Coors Light
Yeah,
or something
no,
like that.
it was, they didn't have Boston Lager is what it was. It's like a
yeah,
Boston
because he was a
Lager.
big Sam Adams
Yeah.
guy for a while.
This is actually not my favorite. It's like my
Second?
second by that much. I actually like the Kona Brewing Company Big Wave.
Yeah, that is. I know Brett likes that as well. So the
Good
two of them
stuff.
will sit there, bring out their ooks, and put on Hawaiian music and drink that.
Yep.
Tamara is here. Hi,
Hey
Tamara.
Tamara, good to see you. Hope that Airstream's treating you well.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Let's see. Loka said they're going to Arizona to get the solar done. I'll tell you what. If you're out here using solar, I mean, we've been running AC off of 5 inches to everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Speaking of that, so we hadn't been running the generator. We had no need to run the generator. But recently we had a development where we had to run the generator.
yes,
Because our refrigerator, which is a two-way, it runs off of propane or AC, started not running well on propane. It started going like went up to 44 and 47, and then it was up to 50, and we were like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? So we had to run it on AC. AC, it ran perfectly, dropped it right back down to 38. So we had to run the generator because we didn't want to lose our food. And Carrie, being the super sleuth that she is,
Google's great.
yeah, found something that said, hey, if it's cooling on AC but not on propane, it's more than likely a piece called the orifice assembly. And so I ran into town, bought an orifice assembly, watched a DIY on how to put that in there.
And it really wasn't that difficult.
No, it was a $24 piece. Put that in there, got it all set up, turned it on. Within an hour, 39 degrees. And now it's at like 37. Yeah.
So we felt very accomplished with that. You know, we talked about things like that on The Little Guy, and I think those experiences gave us the confidence
Yeah.
to try to look for simple fixes first before calling the RV. We did have a mobile RV repairman on hold,
Yeah, I called him and
just in case we couldn't get it to work, and but we were able to solve that. So
Yeah.
that was pretty
yeah,
good.
very happy about that. So we do have one other repair that I'm going to be doing tonight when it cools down a little bit. I'm waiting for the sun to go down. I'm going to put my little head-mounted flashlight
You
on.
look so fancy.
Yeah, well, it's got to be when it's dark because it is cold, or it's hot here. But I noticed a little bit of a smell every once in a while, not all the time, just when the wind blew just right. And went in looking, and where the black valve is, that knife or blade valve, it's not leaking from the blade part where it does a lot of times. That means you need to get a new valve. But where it's leaking from is where that blade valve attaches to the pipe that comes down from the black tank, and then to the portion that expels everything out. So to me, and it's only a little bit. I mean, we've been out here about a week, and it's like maybe an ounce and a half had spilled out.
Yep.
But so what it is there's a little O-ring inside there where the two parts of the pipe connect to the blade valve. So I knew it was an O-ring, so we're gonna fix that tonight.
He's gonna fix that tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. we went to an RV resort and dumped all of our tanks, so we're completely empty. And I know it's still going to be unpleasant, but they'll get rid of that smell. I don't like that smell.
No, neither do I.
And it's not bad. It's just every once in a while, but I don't like that. So,
I need to catch up.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, I have a question. What is ylang ling? RVDM said it, drinking yangling tonight.
Easy for
And
you to
then
say.
Lucas said that's their favorite. So apparently it's something well known, and
We
I
gotta
don't know.
figure out what it is. We're missing
I need to
something
figure
here.
out how to pronounce it. Yangling, I don't know. And then Mary wants to know what mountain range is behind us.
So way back there, the snow cap is Mount Charleston. These ones up front, I'm not 100% sure. I will research that, and I'll have that answer for you next time.
But just for your reference, Vegas is.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Vegas
is
is-
just be over our heads.
Yeah,
so
where
like
you see
there.
that snow cap area, right where my head just covered, Vegas is right behind
So
that
at
snow
night
cap.
you can kind of see the little bit of the city lights.
Oh yeah,
aglow
big
from there.
time, yeah. Those mountains behind us are silhouetted from the Vegas glow.
Jen Goodyear's here. Hi,
Hey Jen, glad
Happy
you could
Friday.
join us. Jen's getting her unit sooner. She just got it, right?
I think so. Yeah. Remind us, Jen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's so many people that we've been chatting with, but I think Jen got hers, or maybe she was sick. I don't know. I'm sorry. Well,
No,
she'll let us
Paige was the one that
Paige
had the flu.
was sick. That's right.
And then Loca wants to know how much solar we have on your rig. I'll let Russ answer this because he loves shouting out that number.
960 watts. But yeah,
This is him, the tool man.
it runs everything very well.
Oh no! Tamara said her Airstream is lovely, but they got their first road ding
Uh-oh.
at 6 weeks. Oh, I would cry.
Oh, I'm
Actually,
so sorry.
I know how that feels because when we first got Betty, our truck, it was about 6 weeks in, and Russ wasn't paying attention and got a nice big old ding on the back bumper there.
On the bumper, yeah. Not big, but
It's big. It's big. I look at the, but it's the way I can tell our car when there's other black trucks, because we're from Texas, so everybody has trucks in
Yeah.
Texas. I can pick ours out right away because it's got the little dent in the chrome.
See, little.
Do y'all have lithium batteries?
Yes, we do.
I don't know which kind because Russ has yet to find them.
I haven't. No, I found them. I just don't
did
want to get in and peel that piece off and look.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to mess with that. One, I don't want to fry myself. And two, I don't want to hurt anything. So my plan is once we start getting out of the Vegas area, I'm going to find somebody who knows solar, knows batteries, and he's going to, or he or she, whoever they are.
It could be a she.
Yeah, there's a lady at Escape East who had a fully sufficient rig all on batteries, and she like knew everything. We didn't get to sit in on that one, but anyways, I'm gonna find somebody to explain to me exactly what we have in that battery bank, how I need
We
to.
bought this too late because if we had it at Escapade, we could have even had Battleboard
Yeah.
because they would come out and look at your rigs
Yeah.
and assess everything.
Yeah.
But we have three 320 panels, and when we do the tour tomorrow, Russ will climb up there and we'll get some footage and
I
show
don't like
you the
climbing on that thing, but yep, we will climb up there.
Well, if I fall, you know what? I mean, if I climb up there, you know I'll fall.
I know you will.
Deborah's here.
Hey,
Hi,
Deborah. Thanks for joining us.
She said, "Hi guys, didn't think I was going to be able to join you tonight. We were supposed to be camping, but had to cancel due to the winter storm warning."
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that,
here
but
in Northeast Illinois.
I'm sorry to hear that, but we are very happy that you're able to join us.
You can live vicariously through us. So just turn on the heat in your house really high, or go sit in your camper and turn
I would
on
like
and sweat.
a mixture of what she has, what Deborah has, and what we have right now.
Well, we should. So by Sunday, I think Monday, we'll be back in the low 80s, which that's what it was like when we first got here earlier in the week, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, at nighttime it drops down into just beautiful sleeping weather. We open up windows on Carrie's side. We open up the windows on my side. It's in the 60s, and it's just great sleeping weather. You've got a nice breeze that comes through.
It's gorgeous. Hey, Haas.
Hey,
Haas is here.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, okay. Yingling, it's a beer, and RV Diem just spelled it out on how to pronounce it. That's how I was able to say it the second time.
Gotcha.
Yingling. So I'm curious about
I'm going to have to look for it. Give it a shot.
So Tamara wants to know if we're all totally alone out there. So impressed with your pioneer spirit.
So we got out here
last
Saturday. There was one other person out here. He's right here. He's off screen. He's about 100 yards away from us. Very quiet. I haven't even... The only time I hear him is maybe when he starts his generator up, and maybe when he leaves. He goes into town.
Yeah.
And then just off this way... This way here, we've got Two Doves Nation. They came out and joined us for a couple of days. But about a quarter mile away, you've got a bunch of rigs all parked together. And then there's another unit here about 200 yards away.
They just pulled in today.
They just pulled in today.
So we're out in the Pahrump area, and it's a nice big flat open spaces. I don't know what this area was used for before, but there's been obvious, not grading, but where they brought in river rock and they leveled a bunch of areas and took out all the brush.
It's really nice out here. You get out here, you read the compendium thing, and it'll say, oh, it's a flat gravel parking lot. Sounds really boring. But at nighttime, you get amazing sunsets out here.
Yes.
And then you also see the city of Pahrump. It looks like something out of Star Wars. You know, a nighttime Star Wars shot. It's such a pretty area here. And then you've got this beautiful snowcat Mount Charleston behind us as well.
So we have the feeling of being way out in the middle of nowhere, but we're about 3 minutes away from a Walmart.
Yeah.
So we've been able to do
I would give it like a 4.5 out of 5, really. I mean, because it's nice and quiet out here. There are a couple of off-road buggies that head up the road up into the mountains here, but it wasn't as bad as Sedona. Sedona, there were a lot. Abby?
Yeah, and
Abby sees Polly. Polly's wandering over this way.
Polly the pug is curious and checking us out at the moment.
So Abby's barking there. Okay, do we have any catching up to do?
Roy is here from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina.
Awesome, Roy. Thanks for joining us.
Mary's saying how pretty it is, and that was the one thing, the one thing when Ace and Amanda came out from Two Doves, I was like, just don't block my view. And you can park anywhere you want. She's fine.
She's fine.
You
want to come over and say hello?
Guest appearance.
Yeah, we've got Amanda. A guest appearance from Amanda from Two Doves Nation.
Hi, everyone.
And then we got Polly hanging out with us, and Abby's over here now.
Oh, and Jen said no, not her.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jen.
See, he got your hopes all up. She wishes right now. Let's see, we've got, okay, I saw Paige is here. Paige,
hey, Paige.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, she said it was funny, I kind of got a kick out of it. She said, I just finally rejoined the world after after having a nasty flu, and you guys are in a Class A. What?
See, you never know what you're going to miss. So
hey, can I say something real quick?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Okay,
so if I hit you, it means you shouldn't have.
I still don't know why you were told to hit me before.
I don't know, but it's all right.
Anyways, we had dinner the other night with Chuck from Get Bronson.
Yes.
Great guy, by the way. It's Carrie's RV son.
Yes.
Well, it's our RV son, I guess. get Bronson. Chuck, he's a van lifer, really cool guy. Anyways,
Yeah, I told him along with that I will nag him and worry about him and everything that goes along with that. So.
anyways, he said something that I thought was really interesting. We were talking about being full-timers, and he said, you know what? We're the survivors. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he says, I kind of look at like a zombie plague. He says, you've got everybody else out there kind of, doing their zombie life, going back and forth to work, living this, back and forth to work. And he said, and we're the ones that are surviving, living out. I just thought it was such an insightful, cool analogy.
And I think that goes for part-timers as well as full-timers, because when you get in your RV and you get away for the weekend or you get away for a 2-week event, you're living again. You're getting away from the regular norm, and you have exciting things to
exactly.
kind of, things to get excited about beforehand. And that was one thing Russ and I did not do enough of before this life. We were always putting off vacations, and then we would use our vacation time for family things that we had to, save it for the holidays or save it for the other stuff, and we didn't take that opportunity to just have fun.
Yeah, and I'm by no means saying if you're not living this lifestyle that you're a zombie. I'm just saying that it was kind of, he felt like a zombie because he wanted to go out there. We felt like zombies because we wanted something new. And this life isn't for everybody by any means, but for those of it that it is for, it's really refreshing, and you get this feeling of escaping.
Yeah, well, I don't think I could have done it years ago. I think this was just the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So Loka said, so you can run your AC? Yes.
We can run one AC. We have two. We have a front and back. We have to pick which one to run.
And they said it's awesome. They sell 320-watt panels, and we want to see how much we can put up on our new rig. Yeah, as many as you can take, I think.
All right. I don't have a bottle opener, so I'm gonna try to do something here.
He's gonna try. At least he's not using his tooth. You might see him crack it right on the thing.
No, I would never do that.
Don't let Polly get the cat. Snow in Beloit tomorrow. That's Wisconsin, southeast Wisconsin. No. See, that's why I did not like to go back to Beloit until reunion in June. And that's Rod. So Rod's in the room. Hey, Rod.
Yay.
Hey, this is a new name, I think. Billy Lekis. Lekis.
That is. I don't recognize it.
So welcome, Billy.
Welcome, Billy. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. What did Billy say?
He said, hi, guys.
Hello, Billy.
Mary says, Michigan's expecting snow on Sunday. Okay, I've totally been out of my weather watching norm. I usually am like watching everywhere. I guess there's this big storm.
To be fair, we've been pretty busy out here in Vegas too. We had my grandmother moving, and then my dad is in the hospital. So we've been back and forth to the hospital. Looking good that he's doing well now. He should be out of the hospital here shortly.
Yeah.
And
when did he go in? He went in on.
He went in Saturday.
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday.
Easter
he went in
Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Sunday, because I went in. I saw him. What a great way to kick off your Easter holiday.
Well, that was one of the things I was so grateful.
Yeah, we just happened to be here.
We happened to be here to help him, and that's why we're kind of hanging around a little bit more too.
Yeah.
And just having the ability to do that, because had we still been, in El Paso, he probably would have said, I'm fine, don't worry about me. And he would have downplayed it, and then we wouldn't have realized the severity.
Yeah, the guy is so stubborn. We are literally parked.
Yeah, I wonder where you get yours from.
We're literally in the mountains, but we are literally a mile and a half
from his house.
From his house. I can't find him. He doesn't answer his phone, which is odd because he usually answers my phone. But anyways, he'll call back within about 10 minutes when he doesn't answer the phone. And no call back for about 2 hours. So I called again. I started headed down to his house, called again, and finally he answers. He says, oh, I'm in the emergency room. I'm like, why didn't you call me? I'm here. I'm in Pahrump. Call me. But that's an old senior master sergeant for you. He doesn't need anybody's help, doesn't want anybody's help.
So Donna said it sounds windy there.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, we're trying to
let me
deflect a little
rotate
bit.
here.
But that's typical out here during the mornings. It will be pretty calm, and then later in the day, as the sun starts setting, that's usually when the afternoon winds will pick up. I don't know why that is. There's probably some weather rule for that, but I've just noticed when we lived here before, and even if in El Paso, it would be calmer in the morning and then later in the day, and it's a great reprieve. So we're sitting here just getting that little breeze. Abby has kind of crashed on her dog bed, and we got Billy right down over here.
Yeah.
Loka asks if we can tell via email how big the 320 panels are. So we'll get up there and we'll measure the size just so we can, and we'll send that back.
They're big.
They're big. They're the really hard type. They're not the little flexy ones like what we had on the little guy.
But of course, when I get up there for the video, I will measure. And I'll get you those.
Have you been up there and walked it yet, or you just kind of got to the top rung?
I'm getting old, and I'm afraid. I got up there and crawled, but I didn't walk. I used to rappel.
Okay, you need to tell me next time you go up there because I want to film.
I used to be on the rope and rappel team for Hoover Dam, and I've rappelled Hoover Dam many times, 700-foot rappels. And this is only 11 foot 9 inches, and I was crawling on my hands and knees.
Because we are much older now, and it takes a lot longer to heal.
Yes, it does.
I have things that are sore and hurt, and I don't even know what I did. You know, I made the bed the wrong way.
You know you're getting older when you wake up sore.
Yeah.
When we were young, you never slept wrong. Oh, my back, I slept wrong. How do you sleep wrong? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I failed at sleeping. I did. So Tamara said about the ding on her Airstream.
Yeah.
It was either a semi, it was either hit a semi, hit a semi, roll it in a ditch, or hit the road garbage head on. Okay, so that's how they hit that ding on there. Well, yeah, the first two options, no, so yeah, I would have gone with the third.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pull out the dent. It's minor. Thank you for the concern. Can't wait for your tour tomorrow.
We got to get out to Dallas. Next time we come through Dallas tomorrow, we got to hook up with you and your husband and go hang out, have a couple of beers. I know we had talked about it, but unfortunately, when we pulled into Dallas last time, we didn't plan on doing any work, but I had some my job work come up, and I had to go to several meetings, and it just kind of messed everything up. But next time we come through Dallas, we need to hook up with you guys.
Oh yeah, totally, of course. There's a couple other people out that way too, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So
well, we know when we go through Georgia, there's a bunch of them out there.
So Deborah said she's looking forward to the tour tomorrow as well, and can you give us the GPS where you guys are staying so I can save it on my map? So if you go to Campendium, we'll put the GPS. I'll probably forget to do it tonight, but I'll add it to the one tomorrow where we do the tour. I'll put the GPS location. But if you download the Campendium map, it's the only free campsite listed in the town of Pahrump.
Yeah.
So you'll just look for the little green circle that has the trees on it, click on that, and it gives you the GPS coordinates right out here.
So now there are a lot of lots out here. Once you get in that area, there are a lot of areas that you can choose.
And when we first turned on this road, way at the beginning, you're going to pass like a car dealership, and then there's what looks like a big rundown area. That's not the lot we're talking about. Just keep going down the road about another mile or so.
Yeah, where you want to be is when you come up this road. It's called Wheeler Pass Road. You want to cross under the big power lines first.
Oh yeah,
if you go past the big power lines, then you're in the good area. Yeah. If you're before the big power lines,
not so great.
You're in with people that are like, well, you want to be up here, just past the power lines.
Those are the stationary ones that don't move anymore.
The local people that really, that I don't think their rigs run anymore.
But as Russ mentioned earlier, just about 2 miles down the road, there is an RV resort that for $10, not only will they let you dump, but they have big dumpsters that you can throw your trash away in, and they have potable water, so you can refill all your tanks.
For $10, and it's what, not even a mile, half a mile, 3/4. Is it 2 miles?
It was.
No, I remember because I saw the thing when it was 1.3 miles is what it is.
Okay.
So 1.3 miles away, just down this dirt road, it's called Preferred RV Resort. For $10, they'll let you dump, and then they'll let you fill your tanks, your freshwater tanks, and then they also have these big dumpsters, like Carrie said, where you can put all your garbage in.
Oh, and we did find it. This is another Vegas
Here comes that wind.
trip type of thing. Let's say you go to Vegas, you have your RV, but you would like to stay at a casino. Sam's Town KOA offers their storage lots where you can just park your RV. You're not hooking up anything for $10 a night.
$10 a night. But you know what? That Sam's Town KOA is my favorite KOA yet. They've got such an amazing pool area and jacuzzi.
It's nice, and you've got the casino right next to it. So if there was anything you
If
wanted,
you want to go to the buffet.
But I was just thinking, a lot of people would like to go down on the strip.
Yeah,
They don't
you're
want
correct.
to, and you want to leave your RV in a nice, safe place, and this place is
Yeah, we left
secure and
Teddy
security.
there 5 days. Our little guy Max, when
While
we
we were
bought this, while we were
transitioning,
out
so.
here, we left it there 5 days.
So that was just a little Vegas tip
Yeah,
for
that's
y'all.
a good tip.
Ken and Gail are checking in.
Hey guys, thanks for joining
welcome.
us.
Happy Friday. Explore with Bruce and Blondie is here. Oh, I love the dog on your little icon. So
That
cute.
is, have you heard that name before? I think that's a new name.
I think so. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
She said, I knew you guys were in my neck of the woods. Welcome. We love it out here. We were just talking about that on the way. We've lived in the Southwest for a while. We didn't realize how much we missed it just kind of getting out here, and we love being out here.
Yeah, just not when it's
just need, like, an ocean or a
98
big lake.
out here.
Yeah, Abby agrees. She just kind of tucked in. Oh, Eat Sleep RV Repeat says, Russ, dig in the hat. Tell us, what did you expect with the rig and what has surprised you?
Okay, so
You're
what?
always good for questions like that.
Yeah. What surprised me was I thought it was going to be harder to drive than what it is. You know, even though we were longer with Black Betty and Little Teddy, our truck and our travel trailer, it tracked better because it had that pivot point, so it was easier to come around corners. So I was really, really, really nervous with this rig, but it really isn't that bad. I mean, I can turn out on it. The hard ones are right-hand turns because your left-hand turns are not bad, but right-hand turns you tend to track out a little bit, or I'm sorry, inside, and so you'll go over curbs or God forbid hit a fire hydrant or something like that. So, but that's not a very big deal. So I think just the ease of driving it was unexpected.
So we've got a lot to kind of
All
catch
right.
up on here. Archeo Digger's here.
Hey.
Finally caught you on wine night. Yeah, wine night's fun.
Yeah. I hope you're having a good time there in Alaska.
Yeah, it must be a lot cooler. Tamara said dark beer. Yes, I'm a dark beer. I love the
Yeah,
stouts.
she likes what's that stuff you drink?
Oh,
That
Guinness.
crud? Guinness, yeah.
It's not crud.
I can't
You get the
stand
nice
Guinness.
foam on the top.
Ooh. I'm a lager guy.
Yeah, you are. Oh, so Locust said if you come to Florida, I got you for Disney. Yes, because
Oh, do you have like pull at
Connections?
Disney?
He's
Nice.
Mickey and Minnie. No.
Yeah.
Russ has never been to Disney.
Not any type of Disney at all. Not the one in California or Florida. My mom lives in Hernando, Florida.
And I had asked Russ when we were there earlier this year if we could go, and he said no.
I
And
didn't
then,
say
yeah,
no.
you totally didn't. You totally had no interest. You said no, let's not do that. And I was kind of upset because I wanted to go there right around Christmas.
I don't
and New
recall
Year's.
that.
Yeah, that's
You
when
must have
said
asked
no.
me in my sleep.
No, I didn't ask if you're asleep. Tamara saying we should do a Dallas-Fort Worth meetup. I'll coordinate it. Let us know. Woohoo! Yes, I am for that.
I've got friends in Dallas. A
Oh,
lot of friends.
Donna wants to know what Dallas or DWF means. And that's Dallas-Fort Worth.
What are you barking at?
Oh, people sitting outside
Yeah.
at the van.
Abby,
She just noticed them.
Abby, go over
Oh,
there.
you got a notice on there. Oh, so if I like Guinness, I'll like Yingling.
There you go.
So I will be the one to try it, and he
So
probably
I know I
pass
will
on it.
not like Yingling.
Okay, so Tamara wants to know, can I ask, did the tininess of the LG Max induce crankiness? We would camp in ours for a weekend and rub each other the wrong way.
Yeah, I
Not really.
no, not really.
I mean, but I think because we knew we were in it long term.
We had a conversation kind of
Yeah.
like this. So no, I'm cranky all the time anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm used to it.
But no, we had this conversation. I was like, it's really weird how we lived in it for 5.5 months, or 6 months,
Yeah.
and I didn't once think, I can't believe we're doing this. And then an hour and a half later, after we were inside this and I had to go back and get something, I went into it and I said, I can't believe we lived in this thing. I mean, lived camping in it or 2 weeks, okay, but I can't believe we lived in this thing. And Carrie said, I think it was just our mind. We knew that was our only, I mean, we had no other option.
Exactly. And so, but once we allowed ourselves to say, okay, we have something bigger, or we're going to get into something bigger, then suddenly you realize and you think about how tiny it is. But while we were in it, and I think the trick is, and I found this just out of the years when we moved around a lot, being military and federal government, where we moved a lot, that instead of focusing on the negatives about the place that we were leaving, I would just immediately turn my brain to where we were going and looking at all the positives. And
I think that helped a lot.
If you do that, and that's what I applied to us living in the Little Guy, then it's hard to let yourself get in that place with it. And I think it's harder for people that are camping like what you were doing, where at home you've got your space, you've got your routines. You could say, go in the other room, please. But when you've got it and you're committed to it, it's a different story. So Donna wants to know, will you be coming together in Arizona on your way to Alaska? If so, would you teach me to back up? I'll have my tab by then.
You know what, Donna? I would be. I can do it very well in a trailer, no problem. But I have the hardest time telling somebody else. I don't know, when I sit there, but I would be more than happy to sit there with you and work on it. And I know we could get it done in just a couple of hours where you would feel comfortable.
I want to know why dealerships do not have practice lots.
Some of them do, but ours didn't.
No, and they didn't even offer.
That one in Alabama that we went to had one, remember?
Oh, the one we ran to 5 times for the propane?
Yes.
Yeah, I think more should have practice slots, because I think people might jump into one. We had looked at a Class A at the beginning and then decided, no, that was too daunting. And we just couldn't imagine. So learning with the travel trailer the way we did gave us the confidence. It didn't seem as daunting, but it was still nerve-wracking.
It was.
Oh, Loca has passes. Nice. We got the connection now.
So yeah, we look at me. So yeah, we have family in Florida, so we most likely will be down in Florida during the Christmas, New Year's time frame. So yeah, it'd be cool. Just at the very least, just to meet you, because we almost feel like we know a lot of these people now.
I know, that is like the coolest part of it. And you all have the benefit of kind of knowing our faces, but we don't often, unless you have a YouTube channel too, we don't know your faces, so just coming up on you the first time.
Or your voices, but we could fix that by going to our website and click and leave a message.
He is working that one. He is trying in the worst way. Tamara says, Rush, you aren't cranky. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
I can be cranky. I'm an old ex-cop, so it used to be my way or the highway, but I'm slowly getting.
You're a big softie now.
I am a big softie. I'm like the world's biggest crier. I can watch
He
Folgers
cries more than
commercial
me.
and I got tears coming down my eyes. I'm like Richard Dreyfuss. He's a big crier too.
He starts getting lost in YouTube land, and I just look over and he's getting all teary-eyed, or he'll start talking about something and he gets like that little catch in his eye. I'm like, where was this guy 20 years ago?
That's why I watch Gordon Ramsay. Is that his name? Yeah, Gordon Ramsay, the cook.
Him now.
Yeah, because he doesn't make me cry. He makes me laugh. He's so mean and stuff. But yeah, I'm a big softie now.
Well, yeah, if you look at someone that they're so mean, on one way you're like, I'm nothing compared to that. Judy says, Carrie, you're a positive person. I try to be.
She is.
I try.
She is. But don't let that fool you. This woman will. I always told people, when I was in the military and when I was in law enforcement, I would not want to fight this woman. I mean, real, like a real fight. We've gotten into fights, obviously, just like 27 years of marriage. Of course, we're going to get into fights, but
Occasional.
never a like life and death fight because she will kill you. I mean, there is something about her. She is so strong mentally that you can cripple this woman and that fight will not go out of her. In law enforcement and the military, it was like the first person to lose the will to fight loses that fight. And Carrie will never lose the will to fight. I
Oh
mean,
heck no, I'm stubborn. Like
yeah, no, I wouldn't want to fight her in a life and death type situation.
Well, don't worry, I got your back.
I know, that's why I married you. She is a true warrior.
Locust said they even bought a new GoPro to film, and they're planning their trip to Alaska.
Awesome, yeah.
GoPros, we still have to figure out where we're going to mount it on
So
the
we
big
have-
windshield. We have more room now, though.
Yeah, we have 2 GoPros, and we really don't use them as much as we should. But we need to get it. We need, at the very least, 1 out, 1 in.
Yes, I agree. And now we've got more room to do it, but we got to get another holder for it.
Yeah.
Because I would hate it, and this is where Carrie would get grumpy when we were filming things, and he'd want to film some in the car, but then he'd want to film some outside. He'd tell me to keep flipping it around,
Well, you know what?
and we didn't realize
Yeah, I
that
was
you could
just
just
gonna say that.
undo the screw and then slide it out and turn it around. So each time I was undoing the suction cup, and then I hate licking it and sticking it. I'd make him do that and then
Yeah.
stick it back up. But when I was sitting in the truck, that was the other thing, because we had everything with us when we would travel.
There wasn't a whole lot of room.
I had very little leg room in the front. Billy would always crawl in my lap, and then I would have my computer or things all on me, and then to just undo that and have to keep turning around,
Yeah.
I would get grumpy on that. So get a good holder and just know you can unscrew that to turn it in and out and not have to undo the whole thing. Okay, so Donna said, congrats LTRVLL. And I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I tried.
We're slow. We're trying. So please do that. And then, are we all crazy for or loving roughing it? Tamara wants to know. Heck no, it just makes us more exciting.
Yeah.
We're cool people this way.
I really enjoy it. It's great living and it's free and I love it. I mean, it's just so nice to be out here and know that I'm not paying a dime to camp out and have this wonderful view behind us.
And even when we do go to some of the campgrounds, just the freedom that we have to just kind of go where we want is pretty special. And having that flexibility, but yet still have all the comforts of home in your RV.
Yeah, some of the more annoying things at campgrounds are when people walk through your campsite.
And I'm
to
talking
get
like
somewhere.
when you're in a campground that's really close and they're walking right, like they could touch your door.
Yeah,
or
like
they
they
do
have
touch
to
your door.
they have to move your chair out of the way to get through.
Yeah, that's a sign. So if you're a new camper and you don't want to irritate the seasoned campers, do not walk through their campsites to get to the clubhouse.
That's
or
probably
things
the
like
most
that.
annoying thing, and I like it because we don't have to deal with that out here.
No.
But I'm not saying that nobody knows everything when they go out camping, but you and I did a lot of research on campground etiquette.
Yes.
Thankfully, somebody said something to us
Because
about
we might have done it.
campground etiquette, and we were like, oh, there's such a thing? So we
There's such a
started
thing.
reading campground etiquette.
Yes.
But you don't have to worry about that when you're out boondocking.
This is true. You got plenty of room. Although it's funny because we were driving through Las Vegas and we're looking at all these houses that were right next to each other. And I said, I would be so upset, even just, boondocking, if someone even pulled within 100, closer than 100 yards, I'd be like, oh, that's so rude. But out here, as you can see, there's so much room that people can pick from.
Yep.
So Loca wants to know, how long is our Class A?
So it's basically 34 inches, 33, 11 inches, but I put the Blue Boy on the back ladder, so
Which
it's
is
just
kind-
over 34
which
inches.
is kind of a joke because our Blue Boy is like a 15-gallon and we have a 42-gallon.
42 gallon, yeah.
But I think it's just one of those, like, if you just got to bleed it a little
Well,
bit, I don't know.
how do you give that away?
Yeah. Anybody want to use Blue Boy? We'll donate it to you.
It's not
how
too
do you
smelly.
give it away?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're going to have a busy calendar because Judy now wants you to teach them how to back up when you come to Georgia.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, you know what? Of course.
So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to practice with Amanda on how to direct people, because when they were backing in yesterday, Amanda's a trooper because she does a lot of the driving on that one, and he's like, I know what to do, but I don't know how to get it out of my mouth. So
I think if I know if I was sitting in the vehicle with somebody, it's a lot easier.
Yeah,
because
that would help.
when you're outside the vehicle, you're converting it twice. Whereas when you're in the vehicle, I know, okay, if I want to go left, hand on the bottom, boom, to the left, then it's going to go to the left. But when I'm outside, I'm thinking, okay, how is she looking at it? That sort of thing. I think if I was inside the vehicle, it'd be a lot easier. I learned a lot from my stepfather, who is a truck driver, and he told me about wheel angles and looking at those wheels and lining those, finding a point for your trailer wheels to hit. And so, yeah, of course, I would love to help you.
Donna said, Russ's RV backup driving school. There we go.
Man, I might be able to quit my real job. Let's see here.
Mary says, oh my, hit the thumbs up, guys.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Oh, this is how far behind we kind of are. Tamara said, Richard Dreyfuss is a god. So
but he's a crier, and he's just like me. So.
All right, so, Miss Max is here.
Hey, how's it going?
And then, let's see.
I'll just be quiet. Go ahead and I'll let you catch up.
Yeah, let me get caught up here. I'm trying to... Haas says, well, I tortured myself enough watching what I'm not doing. Haha, see you later. Love y'all. Be safe.
All right, Haas. Thanks
Bye,
for joining us, man.
Alan Bean. Hey, Alan. Happy Friday. He said, thinking back to your little guide, did you ever consider getting a clamshell type teardrop, one that has a galley kitchen on the outside? I thought of one, but then I was really thankful because the first couple months when we hit the road doing it, it was rainy, it was cold. And so if you're doing it full time, even if you get those tents, you have to still go out in that rain or in that cold weather to try to cook.
Well, remember when we were at Elephant Butte, there was a guy that had a little tag, the small tag, the 320s.
It was so windy.
And it was so windy, and he was out there trying to cook. I felt bad for him. I think if you're not full timing, that's a great option. And yes, I would totally do that. But if you're full timing and you're having to live out of it, I don't think it's very. I don't think it's a good idea.
Not for full timing, unless you. I mean, well, even if you try to stay in really great areas.
But then again, there are some people that are adventure, freaks, and they love that sort of stuff. Then great. But I think if you don't like being uncomfortable sometimes, if you're cold and you want to just have a nice warm cup of coffee, realize that if you have a galley like that, clamshell, that you're going to have to go outside and make your coffee.
Or you have to get dressed enough to do that. I mean, there are times I want to get up and just have my coffee, and I don't want to have to get all dressed up just to go outside.
Yeah.
And if we were boondocking, I guess it would be a big deal, but that's still something to consider as well.
All right, I just want to let everybody know we might drop. We're just going to let this roll here, but my phone is under 10%. So if we just all of a sudden disappear, that's what happened. But we're going to let it roll because we're having such a good time.
Okay. Lewis is here.
Hey, Lewis.
He's doing a MacGyver bit. He has a tip.
Okay.
He uses his GoPro to hitch the camper, stick it to the tailgate, set the wireless, and he watches his phone.
Oh, yeah.
That's
very
very
smart.
cool. And you don't have to pay for those big backup systems.
So Lewis, I'm surprised he made it because he started Friday Night Wine like 2.5 hours ago. He closed up shop a little bit early. I think he said something about he's got 3 states in 3 days that he has to hit.
Jeez.
So he hit Friday Night Wine a little early. I'm surprised you're sober enough to be able to find. I think that's why he was late. He probably was having a hard time finding the channel because he's been drinking for about 2.5 hours now.
So Judy says, I tried to parallel park today and finally decided to get a different parking place. That is me. I suck at parallel parking. And there was one time that I was traveling, Rod would probably know this because I think I shared it with him. I was traveling with the college president. One time we were in San Diego, stopped for lunch, and we're looking for a parking space. He said, oh, there's one. I told him, nope, we're going to walk. 4 blocks because I'm not comfortable and I definitely don't want to wreck the car while the president is in the car.
You know, that's a good point too. When it comes to traveling, either in a Class A or a travel trailer, a Class C, whatever it is that you're camping in, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, and that's, I'm not only just talking about backing, I'm not talking about parking, I'm talking about speed. Do what you feel comfortable with. One, you don't want to have a safety hazard out there.
No, you
If
don't.
you feel uncomfortable, there's a reason. So don't do it. Do what you feel comfortable
Don't worry about people honking their horns at
Yep.
you, or if they don't like it, they can pass you. They can
Yep.
move on, and really, you're bigger. So
Yeah, that's a great point. Just do what you feel comfortable with, and
But the most important thing, Russ and I were talking about this as well the other day. We were so nervous about driving with the travel trailer right at the beginning, and less than 6 months. I mean, I would say
Oh,
by
man.
January
yeah,
time frame, it really kicked in. And you might say, okay, but you were on the road for 3 months. Yes, but we also did a lot of mooch docking, and we were stationary for a while those first 2 months. So it does come relatively quickly. So don't let that stop you. And if
Yeah.
you can, try to take it to big parking lots that are empty on the weekends or something and
practice.
practice.
yeah. You know, I mean, when I drove that, I had to take the little guy Max. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yesterday, I had to go pick the little guy Max up, and kind of sad. Take it to the lot. It's up for sale right now at Las Vegas RV Park and Sell. But when I was driving that thing, I was like, wow, this is like a dream, because now I've been driving the Class A. But that thing, man, I felt like I was in a sports car compared to this. And in the beginning...
First one that came through is a hashtag definitely from Mary.
All
So you
right.
gotta stop.
Cheers.
Okay,
I'm all
continue.
done. No
Oh.
more.
Uh-oh.
But no, like Carrie said, it will come quickly and easily.
Loca is leaving, dinner time. Take
All right,
care,
guys.
be safe, everyone happy travels. Okay, bye
Same
Loca.
to you. Thank you. What's for dinner? And bring it on over.
And I'll send you the email tomorrow with the information you asked for, including the measurements of the solar panels.
Yep.
Let's see. Tamara said, oh, Lewis said, LOL Russ, that's almost 100% accurate. I think you were talking about his status.
Lewis, I'm trying to get my beard to look as good as yours, man. So I'm channeling you.
And Loca's doing one last push for us. Thank you so much. They're saying, hey, everyone, give us a thumbs up.
Appreciate it, Loca. Thank you so much. Those thumbs ups definitely help get us out in front of the rest of the viewers, and we would love to have more hashtag Road Crew members.
Paige said good night, Loca. Loca's having steak tonight. All right, we're gonna pack up the family truckster and we're gonna drive out to Florida.
So I think, why don't we tell what we're gonna have? It's been so hot. I just thought that a nice cold cut sandwich
Yeah.
would be good.
You just don't want to cook when it's 90 something degrees
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna have a big thick. I got turkey and I got ham,
Mm-hmm.
and I got thick cut provolone.
I didn't
for
even
you.
know it got yet. I mean, he came back from the store right before
Oh
we
man,
started.
it's gonna be. And then we've got some fruit salad. It's gonna be a nice, cool dinner. We're gonna sit out here and we're gonna look at those mountains behind us.
Seasoned Adventures said, love the hat there, mate.
Thank you. I just got it here recently. I fell victim to one of those Facebook ads, and with this hat, I got 3. So it's got the you probably can't see it. It's got the subdued U.S. flag underneath it, but I got 2 or 3. What are those called? Face masks for it too.
Because
So when it's
everybody
nice and
needs a
dusty-
face mask.
Yeah, well, when it's dusty, it'll keep the dust from breathing all the dust in.
Well, and he also got that because, what was it?
Ron and Linda Jumbink. I'm waiting for them to come back on a live chat. They're on the other live chat. He said, Russ, I will send you a $50 super chat if you burn your hat live. So my hat is
His red baseball hat.
that I always wear in all of our videos, probably 90% of our videos, is standing by, and I have a lighter with it. As soon as Jumbink gets on one of our live things, I'm gonna light it up, and I'm gonna expect a $50 super
I still
chat
can't
from
believe
him.
he's going to do that, but we'll see. I might hold him to that. Bodie, I love Bodie's name. Bodie says, Russ, I like the hat too.
Thank you. Oh, you're good girls.
And he was looking for something, especially being out here in the desert, having the hats that will protect the back of your neck as well. Plus, he needs to get a little bit of a different tan. I noticed he has that baseball hat tan.
I got that bobber
Because he
tan.
got a haircut the other day, and it was cut short on the side. He's got that nice little tan. Oh, we might get knocked over because...
Nope, there we go.
Yeah, no, we're kind of moved, so lean over this way. Okay.
There we go.
RVDM says, was eating wings while watching, so I couldn't type for a while, but I wanted to weigh back in on the whole Yingling and Guinness versus Kona Longboard. All three are my top 5 favorite beers. So see, we all have
I'll
good
try
taste there.
Yingling. I mean, I definitely...
Well, they said it's not as dark as Guinness, so you
Okay.
might like it. So it might be that compromise beer when we have to split.
Yeah.
Now, I'm usually a big fan of all the darker beers, but there's one lighter one that I do like, and it's that grapefruit summer shandy.
Oh, yeah. For Leinenkugels.
Yes, I do like that.
Yeah, that's good stuff, mate.
Let's see, RVD. So Yingling may be the perfect compromise. Oh, see, I didn't even read that
Well, you
before I
guys
said
are like
that.
on that same brain level
We're
there.
on the same brain. That's.
I'm trying to tell. I'm not used.
You
Used to wearing a baseball hat. So
You
I'm like
should be
trying-
very worried if you're on my brainwave. I'm just saying, you know, especially on Friday night wine night.
I know.
What do we have planned? Okay, so tomorrow we will be putting out the tour.
Yeah.
What do we do after that?
Well, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I haven't shot the video yet. It's still to be shot.
That's what I was waiting to see.
Well, and the problem is, like I said, we've had a lot of family issues
Yeah.
here with my dad and my grandmother. But I'll get it shot.
And it's too
we'll,
hot in the afternoon.
We'll do some quick editing and we'll get it up there.
Oh, Gail says Kent likes stout. See, so we can share a beer. I'll buy the Guinness.
Yeah,
when we
you
come
and
out that
Kent
way.
can drink your stouts and I'll have my lager.
There we go. But no, that's the other thing with all the family things, as well as just with the heat in the afternoons. You're just so drained, and it's too hot to get up there at times.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things about the tour, this is our pre-look. So everything in it, it's dated. Obviously, it's 1999 model.
Yeah, true.
But I want to renovate it all.
So Carrie has a Pinterest board.
And so I thought I could just simply put it out there and people could share to it. But I found out on Pinterest, if you message, so we have the Roads We Roam Pinterest account. If you go into the messaging and message us, hey, I want to help contribute to the board, I can send an invite to you.
And then you can post pictures of
Yeah,
inspiration.
because I want ideas. So tomorrow with the tour, take a look at it, and if you have any ideas or inspiration pieces, you know, send a link and say, hey, the floor in this picture would look great, or the curtains would look this great. We're kind of game for anything at this point. The only two things we cannot change is the front dash and the 2 chairs up in front, the driver's seat and the passenger seat.
Yeah,
So
we don't want to mess with those.
So those are the only 2 things I cannot modify, but everything else is fair game, and I would love to have help. So if you have a moment, check it out on our
So let's
Pinterest
catch
board.
up here real quick because I know we're going to drop. We're under
Okay.
3%.
Oh, Yingling Brewery has a tour, so that's in Florida. So we'll put that on our list.
All
Thank
right.
you, Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat. Hey, Rosebud's here. Oh,
Hey, Rosebud's Travel.
We may drop any second now.
We're
just giving
with
you a heads up.
another casita owner here, Two Doves Nation. Check them out. They do. They've got a really cool casita tour.
And Donna, see, so she's making us feel a little better because it's 98 degrees right now in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So we aren't that hot anymore. It was in Vegas today.
Yeah, it's cooling down significantly.
But
Are-
Phoenix has been getting
Are
hotter.
we
and
all
hotter.
caught up? I just don't want to drop. I want to be able to say goodbye to everybody.
We are pretty much, I mean, I missed a couple comments throughout trying to catch up, but we are pretty much all caught up
All right,
here.
guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to cut this short about 6 minutes, but
Amanda!
we want to be able to say goodbye to everybody. So we will talk to you later. So much. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, tips, comments, leave a comment below, or you can get a hold of us on our website and use that orange button on the right-hand side. You can leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear your voices.
Just click on it and say, hey, Russ, hello. That's all he wants. And